Hello, I'm Phil, also known on YouTube as Gorzart, and this is Gorzart's free piano lesson 1.2 in C major. And I want to tell you again, you can look at this on Facebook. You can get it on YouTube. That's where it's coming from. My YouTube channel. I just share my my videos on Facebook. Anyway, yeah, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I don't think you have to subscribe to see the videos. You just go on YouTube. But at any rate, my YouTube channel is Gorzart, G-O-R-Z-A-R-T. Gore is my last name and music is my art. And so if you think of it in terms of Gore, G-O-R-E apostrophe S A-R-T, Gore's art. Is the way it's pronounced. I just spell it like Mozart and call it Gorzart. So anyway, we are in C major, and I was talking on the last lesson 1.1 about doing the hand over hand. We start with the key C, which is always found to the left of the double black keys. You got double black keys, triple black keys, double black keys, triple black keys on the throughout the whole keyboard. And the white note to the left of the double black keys is a C anywhere on the keyboard. The musical alphabet there again runs A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Even though this lesson is in C, because C is the easiest key to learn how to play in, and we'll talk about that again in a minute. But let's just start with the alphabet and go over it, and this will include the white notes as well as the black notes, which are going to be sharps and flats. So starting on A sharp, D, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. From one A to the next A, whether you are ascending or descending, the distance from one note to the next note of the same name is 1 octave. Okay, so the reason we're going to keep this lesson in C for right now is because if you're playing in the key of C, any song, the key of C, if you stay on the white keys, theoretically you won't be making any bad mistakes, noticeable mistakes, because in the key of C you play all the white notes, and starting on the C, in this case it's middle C, which is always right in the middle of the piano. Find the double black notes in the middle of the piano, and the first note to the left, the white note to the left of the black notes, is C. Okay, we're just going to stay on the white keys. We're not going to play any of the black keys right now, but starting on C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C to C is 1 octave. C to C. Okay, now find all the C's, find the double black notes on the keyboard, and find the C. the left of the left note of the double black keys, the white note is C. So we are going to play a C major chord. And C major chord, remember you got 5 fingers. Put 1 finger on each note, 5 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 notes I just played with 5 fingers. Look at fingers number 1, which is your thumb, number 3, which is your middle finger, and number 5, which is your pinky. And it's 1, 3, 5. And that is the notes C, E, and G. And those notes make up the C major chord. Okay, let's play. We're going to try to play the C chord up and down the keyboard a few octaves here, and find one down low. It really doesn't matter which one you start on, whatever feels good to you. Find a low C and start with your pinky on that C, your third middle finger on the E, and your thumb on the G. And in the right hand, start with your thumb on the C, your middle finger on the E, and your pinky on the G. Cross over, start again. Okay, that is, you need to learn how to get up and down. And I said down. You get whatever's comfortable on your keyboard, whatever you're using, whether it's an 88 key full-size piano or a little short electronic keyboard. And then go backwards. For me, descending is a little more difficult. I've been playing for 57 years or something like that now. I've lost count. But I can descend pretty good. But I always have a bit of a thing descending. So I practice descending more just to try to improve my playing. But at any rate, ascend. Over and over and over and over again. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about chord inversions. And I just demonstrated doing a C major in the first degree. And that means we're doing the major chord in the key that we're playing in, and in this case we're playing in the key of C. Therefore, C is also the first degree. Now, I said that to say this: if the D, C is the first degree, D is the second degree, is the third degree, F the fourth degree, G the fifth degree, A the sixth degree, B is the seventh degree, and C, again, you're back on the first degree. So you traveled one octave from the first degree all the way up to the first degree. And going backwards, the way the degrees are set up, it's still B is still the seventh degree. So going backwards, C being the first degree, B would be the seventh degree, A is the sixth degree, G is the fifth degree, F is the fourth degree, E is the third degree, D is the second degree, and C is your first degree. So you count backwards going to the left, you count forwards going to the right. Okay, I started talking about inversions, and I told you to do the 1, 3, and 5 to make a C major in the right hand. 1, 3, 5. Okay, the first inversion of C major is simply the same notes, but you play them in a different order. Instead of starting on the C, start on your second note, which is the E in this case, the note under your middle finger. Start on that E, and the next note in that C major chord would be the note under your pinky finger, the fifth note, the fifth degree. We're playing the first degree, the third degree, and the fifth degree. But we're changing the order in the way we're playing, and we're going to start on the E. E, G, C. In this case, the way I do that first inversion is use my thumb, the first finger on the E, the second finger on the G, and the pinky on the C. That is the first inversion. It's the same C chord, just played in a different position. Okay, that's the first inversion. The second inversion are the same notes again, but you start on the fifth degree, the G. And I play it. I play the G with my thumb. I play the C with my second finger. And I play the E with my ring finger, fourth finger. And if you'll listen, this is all the same chord, playing it with the inversions and ascending. It's the same chord, just ascending as far up. Train your hand. Again, go back and watch the video, and you'll be jamming on C. And in the left hand, I'm just bouncing an octave C one C with my pinky, the next C up with my thumb, and I'm just playing the inversions. And I kind of rock it's just a rhythm that I do in triplets. Da 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 da. And I start with the bass notes first. Incidentally, I hadn't even talked about that. From middle C down is the bass, and we'll talk about the bass clef when we get into reading music. I'll do a little theory. A lot of people don't want to get into the paperwork, and I don't really blame them. And actually, I play better by ear than I do trying to read the music. Even though I can read music, I need to practice reading more. I would be able to play a lot more stuff. But at any rate, a lot of people just need to know how to play a little bit of music that they like to play, whether it's with by themselves, in church, in a band, whatever. And I'm just banging the bass there. You can. And if you'll think of it in terms of playing a rhythm, you know, the same, just whatever feels good to you, whatever kind of rhythm you tap out with your hands, do the same thing, but stay in the key of C. And just learn, come up with something that feels good and sounds good to you, just using that one chord. And you're learning how to rhythmically express, you know, that music in you. Okay, I talked about the degrees. One other thing I want to cover in this 1.2 lesson, and we'll call it enough for one day, is the steps. There are, when I talked about an octave, the distance from one note to the next note of the same name, whether you're going up or down. There are 12 half steps. And if you will count every note between an octave, again we're in C major, C, key of C, and the distance to the very next note, which is a C sharp, that is a half step. From C sharp to the next note would be a white note, which is D. That would be a half step from C sharp to D. Therefore, since it's a half step going from C to the C sharp, it's a whole step going to the second degree, which is a D note. C, half step to C sharp, half step to D, half step to D sharp, a half step to E, a half step to F. There is no black key between the E and the F, therefore E has no sharp and F has no flat. A half step from F to F sharp, half step to G, half step to G sharp, half step to A, half step to A sharp, half step to B, C. There is no black key between B and C, therefore B has no sharp, C has no flat. Okay, and again, the notes are all white in the key of C, and it's easy to see and to keep them separated from the black notes. When we get into other keys, like when we're in E and F and the other keys, there are going to be black keys involved. With the same mathematical setup, it's going to be 12 half steps to the next note of the same name, and the same amount of degrees. In the C major let me save that for the next lesson. Let's stop right there, and thank you, and practice, practice, practice.